Hello everyone, Frost here. Welcome back to another episode of Ragstoriches. This is the 5th episode from the series, a series where we detail ways to make gold in classic World of Warcraft. In our previous episode we covered the high level grinding spot. Today we're going to have a different approach by using professions and time to make some extra gold. The methods I'm going to show today work especially during a fresh server release, but not only. So without further ado, let's explore. The first method requires skinning and leatherworking, or at least leatherworking. The fun part about this is that it can be done semi-AFK, assuming you get prepared in advance during your playtime. As soon as you reach 225 skill with leatherworking, Nightscape Tunic and Nightscape Headband will become available at the leatherworking trainers. Drag Stonehand in Hillsbrad Foothills for Alliance, and Harana Ironhide in Feralas for the Horde. The way to make gold with these recipes is to mass craft and sell them to vendor. This is a decent gold method if you work from home or if you can remotely access your computer from your workplace. Also, if you feel like watching a movie, for 2 hours your character can still make decent amount of gold semi-AFK with minimum effort. This method works through the whole iteration of vanilla. It's all strictly related to the prices of leather. The reason why I said in the intro that this might work better during fresh start is because in that time frame the market will be overcrowded with leather, as many new players will pick skinning as their leveling profession. Normally, a stack of thick leather would vendor for 60 silver, and you'd be amazed to know how many people just sell the leather to vendor. Now, on a mature server with a healthy economy, a stack of thick leather would go for 1.1 to 1.2 gold. On a fresh server this can be anywhere from 80 silver to 1 gold, leaving lots of profit for those who are willing to do something productive with their AFK time. Let me explain further by giving an example. In this example we're going to use the highest price I'm willing to pay for the thick leather, which is 1.2 gold per stack. Crafting Nightscape Headband requires 5 thick leather, which cost in total 30 silver, 2 silken threads from the vendor, which are 10 silver, and 1 minute craft time, and voila, 5 silver profit. 1 hour of crafting AFK, a total of 3 gold profit. Now in my opinion, 3 gold per hour is quite okay while doing almost nothing, except buying the leather en masse, either from people with cash on delivery or from the auction house if the prices are correct. A couple of ways to improve the profit per hour with this method is to get honored with one of the big cities, which should easily be achievable by the time you reach level 30. Just do the quests. This will give you a 10% discount to the silken thread from the vendor. If you manage to get rank 3 in PvP, which should be doable just by running a couple of battlegrounds now and then, this will provide you an extra 10% discount to the silken thread. This should modify your profit per craft to 7 silver, resulting in a 420 gold profit per hour. Now, if you manage to acquire early game your leather for 1 gold per stack, the profit will be 7 gold and 20 silver per hour. If you get the leather for 80 silver per stack, your profit will be 10 gold and 20 silver. Don't get your hopes high, you'll probably never find leather that cheap unless you're smart. If by any chance you manage to purchase large amounts of leather cheap, you could swap to crafting Nightscape Tunic, which requires 7 thick leather and 2 silken threads per craft. The difference in profit is slightly less, but it will allow you to process more leather per hour. For example, we take 21 stacks of thick leather purchased with 1.2 gold and vendor discount for the silken thread. With crafting Nightscape Headband we get 5 gold and 88 silver profit, with a craft time of 1 hour and 24 minutes. And with a Nightscape Tunic we get 5 gold and 82 silver profit with a craft time of only 1 hour. To sum it up, the method does work, but it's really for people that don't have the time to sit in front of their PCs and do the average grind. This is aimed for the lazy people or to the people that want to make an extra gold while working in real life. If you're going to do this, make sure to list a couple of headbands and tunics on the auction house, as sometimes they will sell for a higher price. Hope this tip will help you on your classic adventures. Let's move on to the next method. In the second method, we'll use tailoring and enchanting to create wands. This can be viable during the fresh launch experience, as everyone will need them, especially warlocks and priests. Sometimes they'll burn all their silver just to get one. Although I've never tried this method, in theory it sounds doable. Even if you don't make lots of gold with it, it will still help you provide wands for your close friends and your guild members. In Rags to Riches, not everything is about making gold, because the richness of a player is not necessarily defined by the amount of digit his backpack carries. So, as soon as you pick tailoring and enchanting, start saving all the linen cloths, and if your friend needs wands, tell them to give you their supply as well. Make bolts from all the cloth until you reach skill level 30. At that point, you can learn to craft a brown linen robe, which is of green quality and has around 20% chance to yield 1 or 2 lesser magic essence upon disenchanting. In my experience, 20 robes resulted in 20 strange dust and 8 lesser magic essence, but it's all tied to the RNG nature of the process. Sometimes you'll get lucky, sometimes, well, not lucky. Don't worry too much about it, as you can use the dust to level up enchanting. Use the first essence to create a runed copper rod and the rest to create wands. If you're lucky and get a nice amount of essence, you could craft wands and sell them on the general chat for maybe around 50 silver. Some people will be willing to pay that price. If not, just give them away and make someone happy. By the way, you might want to save 3 essence, because at level 13 you'll need 1 greater magic essence for the creation of a greater magic wand. I believe this method will probably work only for the first 2 wands, as later on there will be quests and dungeons that offer higher quality wands, such as the Gravestone Scepter from the Black Phantom Depths. Nevertheless, this information might not be totally useless. Thanks for making it so far. It's been a while since I made a video, and some of you might think that I've lost my hype. And to be honest, to a certain degree that might be right, as we had lots of news about Mike Morhaime leaving Blizzard Entertainment and Activision firing a big portion of their employees. As you already know, this channel is mostly about pumping and hyping classic World of Warcraft, but sometimes I get doubts that it might not work, that greedy Activision might ruin it, and I guess this can happen from time to time, especially when you waited and fought so many years to make this a reality. Then you take a look at the behavior of the company and realize that not everything is sunshine and rainbows. What if expectations don't meet reality? I guess I'm making too big of a fuss about it, and I should just learn to have some faith. Soon we'll probably get a beta version that hopefully will reignite the hype and show improvements since the classic WoW demo. And not long after that, we'll get to play our beloved game in an official version, with no shady things going on in the background, and hopefully no new cash shops or microtransactions that could jeopardize the integrity and longevity of classic vanilla World of Warcraft. I wanna ask you now, where do you guys stand? How big is your hype? How do you kill time while waiting for the game to be released? As always, thanks for watching. I hope you learned something new from this video, or at least provided a bit of entertainment. Make sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Until next time, stay frosty.